Hi Stampers, this is Trevis. Welcome to Video Friday. And can you believe it? We're already into mid-April. And I'm just like the spring is zooming by and before you know it, summer's going to be here. But I'm excited because on May 2nd, the new annual catalog goes into effect. And what that means is we're going to have a lot of retired product. And today, my intention is to use up some of that retired product. So we're going to make a cute little card today. I guess it's kind of a fun fold. Maybe you've never made one like this, but I'm going to be using Framed Florets, which is a stamp set that is going to retire. This has the matching dies with it, and it's an adorable set. I especially love the sentiments in here. This one is Wishes for a Beautiful Birthday, and that happens to be one of my favorite sentiments. And so I'm going to be using that today. I'm going to be doing some heat embossing, and I'm going to teach you, if you don't know how, to do colored heat embossing. It's very simple. And let's get started. Okay, so as I said, my intention is to use some retired product, and the designer series paper that I've chosen is one that, of course, will be retiring. It's called Perfectly Penciled. It's the black and white paper, and so this is the designer series paper. I absolutely love it. I just have a few sheets left, and so I'm going to be making some birthday cards with this to mail out. So this piece is just adorable, right? So all of it is actually, and of course it's two-sided, so the other side is just as cute. Okay, so I'm going to be using Fresh Freesia as my card base. Fresh Freesia is an in color that normally would be retiring at the end of this catalog. However, it is staying. It made it into the new catalog. And so this is actually going to be one of our core colors. And I'm excited because it's a gorgeous light purple, something we did need. And so I'm going to be using that as my color today. Okay, so the first thing I have here is a 3 by 3 3/4 square. And so you need to cut, like pick out something. You don't even have to use designer series paper. You can just use cardstock if you want, but pick something out. So 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. And the first thing we're going to do is fold this diagonally. Okay, you could score it if you want, but you don't really need to. This is simple to do too. Okay, so that's getting that ready. Okay, and then I have this piece, and I do want to do some coloring with this, and I'm going to use my blends. And so we do have the Fresh Freesia blends. I also love Granny Apple Green and Daffodil Delight. And so these are the three colors that I'm going to be using on just to color this in. Now, I'm not going to color the whole thing. I'm not going to keep you here all morning doing that. So I'm just going to color in a little bits of it. And I need to decide, do I want to start here or up here? I think I'm going to start right here. Okay, so I'm going to actually use the designer series paper to my benefit, and I'm going to go with these lines that they've given us. And this is a great way to just follow the gray, the highlights, okay, and go with those lines that they've given us as the dark, okay. And I'm going to do, I'll probably do this one also. So easy when you just follow those lines. I'm not going to do the center. I'm going to do that in yellow. And then I'm going to fill in with the green on the leaves. And I'll just add some up here. This isn't going to take that long. The blends are awesome. Okay, I'm going to let that dry a little bit. Okay, so the alcohol will dissipate. Then I'm going to go with my Granny Apple. And again, I'm going to color in the gray part of the leaves with the dark blend. This one, I'm not going to do all of these. I'm not going to do these lower ones, right? I'm just going to do these upper ones. And then I'm going to do my centers. And I think I'm just going to color those in the dark. Now this blend is starting to see how the tip is. It's really getting feathered and light. That is telling me that this blend is not in the best shape, but I'm going to use it. And if that happens, you can still use the other tip if you still have ink in there. Okay, now I'm going to come back with the light Fresh Freesia. I'm actually going to blend this, pull the dark. See how I'm using the side of the blend? This is so important, guys. If you don't want to feather your blends, be sure to use the side of them. I know sometimes when things are really tiny, you feel like you need to use the tip, but that's the time to flip it over and use the other tip. If you feel like you really need to use the very pointy tip, then flip it over and use that. Honestly, your blends will last so much longer and you will be so much happier with them. Okay, and make sure you hear that click when you close them. So when you are done with using them, you want to make sure that you hear that click, because these are alcohol based and they definitely will evaporate if you don't close them entirely. Okay, look how pretty that is. Ah, I'm done with it. Okay, done with the blends. Now I am going to start assembling my card. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on the front of my card. I'm going to use my Stampin' seal. And this will bleed through, okay? So your blends will bleed through. Just so you know, that is totally normal. That is what you want it to do. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. Okay, and then on the inside of my card, I have this piece, and I want to go ahead and put this on the, it's a hard decision. This almost looks like St. Patrick's to me. So I'm going to use the stripe. Okay, and then on this side will go my my white piece that I will write on or put something on. Actually, I could probably do a little stamping right here. I think I will, actually. I think I'm going to use this stamp. I'm just going to stamp this in Fresh Freesia because it's so blank, right? I'm obviously going to write something there, but or put another stamp there, but I'm looking at it going, Yes, that looks so pretty. Okay, so now before I glue this down, I want to adhere this. And the way that this card is going to work is I am going to put adhesive on the back before I glue it down. I'm going to attach this piece. Okay, so this piece is going to be right here. I hope that makes sense. So I'm going to put adhesive on one side of the triangle. Okay, and I'm going to attach it all the way to the edge, the very, very edge of my card. Okay, so if you do that 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, when you fold it diagonally, it actually is going to fit perfectly on this 5 1/2 side. Okay, I think that is okay. A little bit of a pucker. I might need to trim that just a little bit. But before I do, I'm going to attach this. Okay, so that's going to hide part of that. Okay, now what I want to do is just trim that down just a smidge. You get that pucker because you want to trim your card, the front of your card, just a smidge, like hardly anything, right? Just trim it enough. Oof. There we go. Ooh, I trimmed it a lot. Okay. That was a little more than I wanted to do, but it's okay. Oh, yes, it's so cute. All right, so we have that. Now we want to make this a birthday card, and so I am going to teach you how to do heat embossing using a color, right? Because we have all these black, silver, gold embossing powders, but we don't have the colors. We did one time, but we don't have them now. So first thing I'm going to do is pick out my stamp that I like, and it says, and it's stained because I use it all the time, wishes for a beautiful birthday. Okay, and now I have this little piece of cardstock. I have my heat tool ready. Okay, so I am going to get my clear powder ready, clear embossing powder. And what I'm going to do first is ink up my stamp in a Versamark and get it nice and inked up. Okay, my Versamark is in terrible shape, right? I think I've got 3 of them, and I think they all look like this. They are re-inkable though, so you don't need to worry about it. Okay, and then I'm going to pick up my color. Now this will not hurt your pad. Just telling you now, okay? And then we are going to stamp it. And what you're going to get is, you're going to get a wet, it's going to have Versamark on it. So you want to get this powder on here pretty quickly. Bring my tray over, and I'm going to sprinkle the clear powder on it. Yes. And then I'm going to use my tool, and I'm going to heat with my heat tool. So put it on 2, which is the hottest setting. 1 is basically for vellum or something that you're worried is going to warp. Okay, so let it heat up for a second. And then we're going to heat this, and you're going to hold it in one spot until you see it kind of melt. It's going to be nice and shiny when it's done. I love it. So you don't want to do this, right? You just want to hold it in one spot until it melts, and then move it. All right, now I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. It is nice and glossy. I love it. Okay, so you can do that with any color pad that you have, and your Versamark. Okay, the key is to get that clear powder on there pretty quickly. All right. So the tray, so with the kit you get the brush, and that's to kind of brush away if you have extra powder, if you're using a dark cardstock. You have the porcelain little grippers, you get an embossing buddy, and you get the tray. So that all comes in a kit. And it's the only way you can get the embossing buddy now, is to buy the kit. Okay. So I am going to be using the decorative circle punch. And I'm just going to punch that out. Okay, I always recommend this. Don't punch first and then stamp, because it's so much easier to line up if you just stamp it on a piece and then easy line up, right? You can easily line it up and punch it out perfectly. Just a little, my opinion. Okay. So now I'm going to pop this up with some dimensionals. And you're going to laugh because I have these little piece of dimensionals here, and I'm going to use this. I'm tired of looking at it. Ta-da! Finished it. Finally. Okay, so now I am going to put this on the front of my card. Now here's a trick. You can do 2 things. You can either just put this on your card anywhere you want, okay, and when they open it, you can conceal it, you can open it, and there it is. Or you can use it as a tuck, okay, which is what I'm going to do. So I don't have any adhesive or dimensional right here, right? So I am just going to put it right here, and then that holds it closed, and then it tucks like that. And there's your card. Okay, I think it does need an embellishment. And so I'm excited. The little butterflies are carrying over to the new catalog. So we could either use these gold little butterfly, the brass butterflies. Say that 5 times fast. Or we can use the opaque adhesive back gems because this is Fresh Freesia. These are white, so you could always color these, right, with your blend markers. But, I think I'm going to go with the butterflies. I really love these butterflies. The two sizes, they're just perfect. So, I think I'm going to put one right here. And then I'm going to put one. Look, there's a butterfly. Down here. And then I'm going to put one on the inside. Okay, so I'm going to use 3. I could use 5. I'm going to do an odd number, but I think I'm just going to use 3. Okay, so there's our card today. I don't even know what this is called. I would just call it an envelope card. Kind of looks like an envelope, right? Little envelope card. I'm not sure. Anyway, use up your product. Enjoy it because soon it's going to be retired and we're going to have all new exciting product. So my name's Trevis Bossler. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in St. Louis, Missouri, and I would love it if you would share my video. Just like it, subscribe. That would be awesome. Thanks so much. Bye.